Okay, hi everybody. I'm going to make a quick video about the next 2 weeks and what they're going to look like. You will not be doing discussion board posts for week 8, so none of those. But what you do need to do is get started early on this next project because it is a group project and people will be depending on each other to make that happen. And so I don't want you to drag a group down because you will be doing this project with 3 to 4 people. So this next week is all about pedagogy, which is the teaching approach or the method that you use to organize your classroom structure and your instruction. And so we are going to be looking at innovative pedagogy. So we're not going to be looking at direct instruction or a lecture or anything like that. We're going to be looking at these new and different ways to develop and do teaching in your class. And so it'll be things like project-based learning, problem-based, gamification, some really neat things that I want you to look into and really think about how they can be enacted in your classroom. And so you do still have something you need to do by Tuesday, March 12th. You need to sign up for a pedagogy. And if you'll see, I think we only have 31 people in our classes now. And so there are 9 different pedagogies here. And if you don't know what these are, you can actually go back to the course website and look at this playlist right here. And it's just a YouTube video playlist, and there's one video for each different pedagogy, and you can look and see what they are. They're 2 minutes maybe max to look at those, and then you can decide where you want to go. You don't have to be with people who are on the same content area as you, because you can look at different perspectives. And so you would sign up for one of these here, and then you need to contact each other with the email that you give so you guys can connect and decide what you're going to do. And so you need to also look at the specifics of the project on the pedagogical research presentation page. So you're going to do some research, you're going to create a presentation, and I give you a lot of examples. So as you're doing your research, or specifics, so as you're doing your research, you can look for what the different things you need to be able to find out so you can teach other people about your pedagogy. So you're going to be looking at what it is, what it looks like, and this means what is the teacher doing in this situation? What are the students doing? And then benefits, challenges, and then down here, sometimes students have problems with this part of it, but you're going to find at least 2 digital tools that can be utilized to enable and support this pedagogy. So these are tools, so specific apps or different online tools that students can use. They might be like IXL or Achieve, or it could be Remind, or it could be ThingLink, or it could be, and you might not know what some of these things are, but you're going to run into those things in your research, especially if you look on Twitter. A lot of these will have like hashtag searches, will give you a lot of information on Twitter. And so you can see what other teachers are doing. So 2 digital tools that can be utilized to help enact this kind of pedagogy. And then you need to actually find examples of teachers utilizing it with their students. So what does the teacher do to utilize this approach? What you might give an example lesson, you might give a picture of what their classroom looks like, and then within the posts and blogs and articles and things that you look at for this, you are going to be looking for some suggestions for teachers who plan to utilize this pedagogy. So if you want to do a flipped classroom, what do you really need to do? You need to figure out what video software you're going to use. You need to figure out how often you're going to do this, if you're going to do it all the time, how the students are going to respond. Lots of different ways. So helping new teachers or teachers who are just trying to implement this, how are they going to actually make it happen in their classroom? And then you're going to have some specifics on your presentation with images and resources and stuff, and you can look at that. But then the next step is going to be, you're actually going to create a voice thread. from the Google presentation that you created. And so each person on your team will need to record their voice on several slides. If you do 8 slides and you have 4 people, each person gets 2. Try to equally disperse the jobs associated with this, because that will be counted in your grade. And you've already got a VoiceThread account because you've already done this earlier in the semester, and that is one reason why I did have you do this. That audio comment earlier is because you're going to be then creating your own. So I tell you how to do that, and most of you have already done that. And then you are going to actually post your VoiceThread on a whole group discussion board, so everybody else can kind of look and listen and respond to each other. And you can look at that. That is not due until the Friday when we come back. So that will be in week 9. So week 8 is going to be all about research. Week 9 is going to be all about putting it together, putting your voices to the presentation, and having that posted on the whole group discussion board by Friday, March 29th. Friday that we come back. And then you will be adding these things to your professional page as well. So I'm making this video just to kind of tell you the extent of what you're going to be doing and what you're going to be, the people you're going to be working with. So you need to start earlier, not later. And then the one more thing that is due next week before you go to spring break, actually it's due midnight of Sunday, so most of you will already be on spring break, are your teacher interviews. And so hopefully you guys have just gotten this done already early, and you can turn it in and be done with it. If not, it is due by midnight on Sunday, March 17th. So just get that done and be working with your small group, and then you'll be having all that done on week 9. So again, on week 8 and week 9, we don't have small group discussions. We have this larger research project that we're going to get done, and then you can make comments on each other's, go read and look at other people's presentations to learn from them as well. And sorry that this is kind of long, but I thought it warranted a little bit more information. So I hope everybody has a great next week and get started on your research presentations. Thanks.